Monique Bartlett's friends say they were eager to raise money for her baby, who they believed was very ill. But when her friends grew suspicious, Bartlett spent a lot of public resources trying to cover her tracks, causing some of her Facebook friends to become courtroom adversaries.
He looks like a happy baby, seen smiling in these pictures from Facebook. In her constant status updates, Monique Bartlett called the baby Jude. Friends say this 27-year-old from Detroit went by proud to be a mom on her Facebook page and posted comments about baby Jude having to go to the hospital and appointments with specialists.
The baby had some sort of lung failure and had to go into surgery. So I'm on pins and needles and I'm feeling bad for her, really bad.
Nina Bond went to high school with Monique Bartlett. Like so many, they reconnected on Facebook a few years ago, but hadn't actually seen each other in person. Nina says Monique started calling her when she announced her pregnancy to complain about the man she claimed was Jude's father and who supposedly did not want anything to do with the baby.
I would get a few calls, 3 in the morning, 6 in the morning, but I figured, hey, if I'm a friend, why not?
Nina says when Monique announced that she was going into labor prematurely, she grew suspicious.
It just seemed kind of odd to me. She says, I'm delivering the baby at home and I have my midwife here and I'm watching Wizard of Oz.
Then the pictures of baby Jude caught Nina's attention.
There's pictures on Facebook of a baby who looked a lot older than what her baby would have looked like. And I'm like, I see no relatives in this picture. I see none of her in this picture.
About 6 months later, Monique announced on Facebook that she was having a benefit at AJ's Cafe in Ferndale to raise money for Jude. Friends say Monique posted flyers claiming she owed $63,000 in hospital bills for Jude's 2 surgeries and his around-the-clock care. So Nina attended the fundraiser last June.
Not one person that I spoke to had ever seen the baby in person.
Nina says Monique was collecting cash in a bucket, and witnesses tell the Action News investigators that she emptied the bucket several times during the night.
I donated $100. I'm a single mom. It's a lot of money.
The man Monique claims is the baby's dad also had his doubts about whether Jude was real. He did not want to go on camera, but tells Action News that when Monique took him to court seeking child support with this paternity suit, he gave his DNA, but Monique never showed up with the child for the genetic test. She also tried to get a personal protection order against him, but the judge wouldn't grant it. When friends started questioning Monique, they say she lashed out.
She files a police report against us saying that we've threatened to kill her, showed up at her job, got kicked out of the store by loss prevention.
When Monique tried to get PPOs against her former friends, she gave the judge this letter, claiming it was from the head of loss prevention at the Target store where she worked. After calling the store, the judge determined that Monique wrote the letter. He ruled that she lied under oath and denied the PPOs. That's when Nina Bond went to the cops.
This is really out of control and she needs to be stopped.
Ferndale Detective Brendan Moore started investigating Nina Bond's fraud complaint about the fundraiser, but Detective Moore says Monique would not provide him with a birth certificate to prove Jude existed, so he paid a visit to Detroit Vital Records himself.
They couldn't find any birth certificate for that name.
So her friends don't believe the baby exists, and now the cops are asking tough questions. What does Monique Bartlett do next? She goes in front of the family court judge and suddenly drops the paternity suit with a shocking claim.
She tells the court at 14 months old, Jude died in his sleep at her home in Detroit. That set off a flurry of investigations, including one by Child Protective Services. And now the state is looking into whether Monique committed welfare fraud by trying to get benefits for Jude. Action News checked with the morgue and Vital Records. No baby fitting Jude's description has been brought in, and officials say no death certificate exists.
She's put a lot of people through a lot of things for what we believe isn't true, meaning the baby.
So Action News went looking for the woman who's been wasting a lot of public resources telling tales about what seems to be a bogus baby.
Did Jude ever exist, Monique? Did you have a fundraiser for a baby that didn't exist?
At first, Monique Bartlett refused to answer our questions, but later came outside to talk. She said Jude did exist and that he recently passed away, but she refused to provide any documentation to back that up.
I don't know what else you want me to show you.
I want you to show me a birth record and a death certificate.
Monique also tried to tell me she has a restraining order against the people questioning whether she ever had a child.
Do you actually have a current PPO?
Well, I went to the judge about it, yeah.
Right, and he threw both of those out, right?
Well, he ended up dismissing it because he said that it was perjury.
Okay, your perjury, right?
That's what he tried to say.
Ferndale police got a warrant for Monique's arrest. She's charged with a misdemeanor, accused of violating the city's fraudulent scheme ordinance.
She's collecting this money, whether it's $300 or $3,000, it's still money that she wasn't supposed to get.
Ferndale police want to know if anyone else donated money at that fundraiser last June. And this isn't the first time Monique Bartlett has had to deal with Ferndale. She was arrested there in early 2010. She pleaded guilty to misdemeanor marijuana possession and was later sent to jail for violating her probation. By the way, it's not clear where Monique Bartlett got the photographs of the baby she posted online. If you recognize that child, please let us know. I'm Heather Catallo, Channel 7 Action News.